Hey everybody! So I've been up to a ton of stuff over the spring as well as over the summer. I've been trying to update the products a little bit, trying to make sure that I'm getting the feedback that people have given me and that I'm making whatever changes I can to make my umbrellas the best that I possibly can. So with that in mind, I wanted to give everybody a rundown of the current umbrellas that I make, a couple of the ones that I've been making for a little while now, as well as some of the ones that I just introduced to my lineup. So this is the Summer 2018 roundup of RainTaps umbrellas. I will be starting out with the Doorman umbrella, and I'll also try and give you guys an idea of what the umbrellas are actually like physically, how much coverage you're going to get, how tall they're going to be, what it's going to be like to walk around, so you can get a sense of what they're going to be like even if you aren't seeing them in person. So I'm going to start out with the Doorman umbrella, and one thing that is worth noting about seeing the umbrellas in person is I do have a couple shops that do carry them. If you're local to Boston, then I actually have my umbrellas in D Squared in Davis, as well as Arlington Centered in Arlington. So to start out with, this is the Doorman umbrella. So this is kind of the signature umbrella. This is the similar to the style I started out with. This particular version is currently only available in rainbow. I do occasionally do it as a custom one in either black or navy blue, but this does tend to be the standard for a number of the ones that I'm doing. This is one that is made to spec, so the umbrella is specifically the elements that I've requested have been produced for me, and it is using that custom attachment, currently patent pending. And with this particular one, I do have a strap on it. That is something that I will do for some of the umbrellas. You will be able to see in the photo if it's going to have a strap on it or not, but not all of the umbrellas will have that strap. This particular one is the Goose Island tap handle. It's a super popular one, gets a lot of comments because it's just a ton of fun. It's like, is that a telephone? Is that a tap handle? What's going on? This particular one has the Goose Island logo, but it does not have the 312 on it. So with the Goose Island tap like this, you'll notice that some of them will just have the logo, the other one will have the logo as well as the 312 along the handle. And for this particular one, if you look at the actual standing height, so I'll try and move back a little bit so you've got a bit of a sense with this wide frame. So you'll notice it's coming a good bit above the waist. I am 5'10", and so it really is a good walking height for people that are about 5'6" up to 6'2". So that means it's going to be falling somewhere around that waist area. And if you're on the smaller side, then you'll just notice that it's falling a little bit higher up. If you're on the taller side, then you're probably used to how umbrellas fit, and it'll be actually a nice, pleasant surprise compared to some of the smaller ones. With this particular umbrella as well, it has a auto-open design. I'm going to open it up right here, Pretty the Rain Gods. And you'll see that it's got a nice wide canopy. So for the actual canopies and for the length of the umbrella, this is the longest of the ones that I carry. It actually has a similar span to the classic umbrella that I offer as well, except with the classic umbrella, it tends to feel like it's not quite as wide. And with this one, you also have a really solid number of ribs. It's going to hold up well in a lot of weather. That's one of the critical things you'll notice with all of the umbrellas that I carry. They're all designed so that they're actually going to hold up. If you're under extreme conditions, obviously you just want to be aware of that, because it can be dangerous to be using a wide umbrella in dangerous conditions. One thing that actually I'll mention now that has come up a couple of times is some people ask why I don't use umbrellas that have the vent at the top. And there are a couple of designs that will work okay for that, but one of the things I've seen a lot with those designs is you'll tend to have two straps. You'll tend to have a strap up here as well as a strap down here, and it's very inelegant. So while that is something that I can occasionally do as a custom order, that's the type of thing I'm not gonna normally do, and you normally probably don't want to opt for, just because it's not going to be quite as pleasant when you're walking around. So that there is the doorman umbrella. Next up, we're going to have the classic umbrella. So the classic umbrella is going to be very similar to the doorman umbrella. This one I have available in a few different colors. This tends to be the option that you'll get if you want to have an umbrella, a larger umbrella in black or navy blue or something like that. This particular one is actually using the Shipyard tap handle. So Shipyard is actually one of my brewery partners. So that means that you can actually get my umbrellas either on my online store or actually up in their brewery gift shop up in Portland, Maine. And so they will have a selection up there. If it is something where you're looking for a particular one like Old Thumper, or if you're looking for Gingerbread Head Man, I can't remember the proper name, then it is always good to just double check and make sure they have it in stock. Like I mentioned, I also have the 2 locations in Boston, well, in Somerville and Arlington, if you want to see the umbrellas in person. So with this classic umbrella, the width is going to be similar. The standing height, if you look at it, it's going to be a little bit shorter now. So this is actually coming up just a little bit above my waist. The actual length of the tap handle is roughly about the same as the Goose Island one, and so you're going to get a smaller umbrella out of this. Some people will like that. Some people will prefer the additional length. One thing of note as well is this actually has a plastic end, whereas the other one has a metal end. So that's just worth noting for the actual wear of the umbrella if you are using it walking style. So pop this open. So you'll notice here that the width is going to look very similar to the doorman, but it's just not going to give you quite that same feel. So it's still going to be a width where it'll be very good for people that have broad shoulders, or if you want to have an umbrella that you can have 2 people comfortably under. It's just that if you're looking for that slightly larger feel, then the doorman is normally the one to go for. And next up, we're going to have the original design that I was using for the mini/wedding umbrella. With this one, you'll notice it's got significantly less length, but similar design to the doorman style umbrella. If you look at that, it's actually coming like about the same, or a little bit below where the classic umbrella was. And so it's going to be a more compact, more kind of portable size than the larger umbrellas. With this particular one, I actually have a vintage Guinness tap handle. This one I particularly like because it's a nice durable tap handle. It's brass as well as a plastic, or like a rubberized plastic. One thing that's worth noting about the Guinness tap handles is that some of them are going to be fragile because they're ceramic. So keep that in mind if you're getting something. If you're looking for something a little bit more usable, this is a good one to go for, and it's best to avoid the ceramic ones because the ceramic ones can break if you're not careful with it. It's also worth noting that this is using custom adapter because it is a Guinness tap handle. I'll have some information up on the website about that. Been meaning to do kind of like a rundown of some of the Guinness information because it's a nitro tap instead of a regular CO2 draft that you're going to have in most bars. So the actual design and setup is a little bit different. And so for this particular one, it is the only umbrella that I currently offer that is a manual open. But still a good sturdy design, and you'll actually notice a great number of ribs around the side. So you'll notice the actual width of this. This is going to be one where it is a lot better for a single person, or if you're going to be right by the other person. So if you're a larger person or somebody who has broader shoulders, you will probably tend to prefer the larger umbrella, something like the classic or the doorman. Whereas if you want to have something a little bit smaller, a little bit more portable, something that's a little bit easier to just toss around, then the mini/wedding umbrellas are excellent for that. And now I'm going to go to the last of this particular lineup, which is the brand new mini/wedding umbrella. So this one, I've got a vintage red hook tap on it, and this particular design is one that I've been working on based upon a number of requests that I've gotten. People that wanted to have something a little bit lighter, something that would still be small and something that would be nice and portable. And so I was looking for something that would be quite the right design, and this was what I ended up going for, was using a couple of elements of other designs so that I would have this really good one to go for. So it is a fiberglass shaft. It's got a hard plastic tip. So I found this tip to be a little bit more durable than the one on the classic umbrella. It doesn't matter too much if you're using them on a regular basis. It's just something worth noting. And this particular one I currently have available in white as well as in black. It does have the RainTaps logo right on it. And this one, as well as just like the other ones, is also a manual open one. So you'll notice with this one, you are going to have a shorter span. So similar to the other mini/wedding umbrella, it's going to be a very good fit for a single person or another person that's walking right beside you that doesn't necessarily need to have wide coverage. That is one of the reasons why I call them the mini/wedding umbrellas, because they're also something that's great for that type of event when you want to have something a little bit more portable and easy to carry around. And this one you are just going to start seeing some of them up on the store. I am going to try and make some of them available for bulk orders. So if it is something where you're looking for something for a wedding gift, either for groomsmen or for bridesmaids, something like that, shoot me out an email. I'm going to try and do what I can to accommodate people for that. Obviously, volume is going to depend upon when I get them and how close to any of the major seasons it is. But this one so far has been getting great responses, and so I'm very, very pleased with it. And the two primary ones are this one, the new Summer 2018 mini/wedding umbrella, as well as the original doorman umbrella. Those are going to be the two big ones that you'll see the most. And if it is something where you are looking for anything specific, like I mentioned with the for wedding gifts, anything like that, I also do some custom orders as well. That will depend upon the volume as well as the other projects I'm working on. But just reach out to me, ask me any questions, even if it's something where you're just trying to decide on like the tap handle, like whether or not it would be a good gift for somebody, whether a particular color will go well with something else. Feel free to reach out to me and I'll do what I can to help out.